I have owned this record for about a year, and it must have been a month ago when I was listening to records, and I was with someone else trying to convince her to start buying records, and took her to the discovery, and her face lit up when she realised the magic of it all. But we were just talking about the record and started putting the puzzle together, and it suddenly became really interesting. I put the record on to show how haunting the whole thing was. Suddenly it went from haunting to beautiful quite quickly. It was like, yeah, it's got a story behind it, and the fact that it was an American label that released it when it did, it's like it's a really strong message about a whole village being wiped out. All I really knew that he plays the trumpet extremely well. I love jazz, but not just to love jazz. I can't say that I've heard everything that Freddie Hubbard's done and I loved it all. But this has got a mad story to it. And when I first heard it, I actually thought it was quite evil. It was really scary, and if you hear it without knowing what the story was about, it's like, what are they talking about? And then the moment you realise what they're talking about, you shut up and get quite humble and realise that, okay, this is a really sad story. Literally 10 seconds of this, and I was just like, what is this? I was pretty uncomfortable with the fact that the referencing to God in it as well, but I didn't know anything about what they were talking about, and then I'd be lying to tell you I got it. Again, I've had this record for a year and heard it multiple times, and originally it was just, I've got to sample this, it's weird. And then I haven't sampled it, and I'll never sample it, because it's just, that's a beautiful story and a beautiful composition. And I'm really conscious about sampling stuff that's got a strong message to it. Because who am I to try and change that message? They were talking about cows and stuff, and I was just so oblivious to what they were talking about. And now I get it. People lost cows. People lost lives. Like, the whole village got wiped out. It was a massacre. I'm still really don't know 100% how this got released on Atlantic when it did. This doesn't get put out. There's so much stuff. Like, synth albums of just people making noises on synths. Like, who gets away with that now? Like, it depends. Like, there's something for everyone. I don't think anyone can tell me who's a music lover that they don't like buying records, because there's something for everyone, and it's the hunt to find it. It's so the musicianship involved anyway. Like, I learned to make music on a computer, and I've turned this into my instrument. Don't get me wrong, and that's why I buy synths and I work with synthesizers, because I don't like the idea of just music. You're not meant to make music with a mouse and keyboard all day, so I wanted some actual instruments here. And I do a lot of mic recording now and use organic sounds and found sounds even. But there's no need for me to analyse this, because I'll never get my head around it fully. And there's little bits of audio in this that I've never heard done before. Like, I don't need to analyse it, I just need to appreciate it. And because there's just some things that I'll just never... Like, I so wish I knew what they were thinking, and the thought process to making that happen, but I'll never know. I think the one thing to truly home in your art is to actually, learn the techniques involved, but don't analyse what people are doing, because you'll lose the magic of it. And the moment you lose the magic from the music, it's the soul of it. It's and again, there was that one part of the record where I'd heard what sounds to me like a street choir, something that I've seen in so many films, American outside, clicking their fingers over that Muslim chant to then extreme dub synthesizer. What is this record? But I'm talking to you now, genuinely still think this record is bonkers.